Can you talk about the difference between diaphragmatic breathing and thoracic breathing?
Oh, I
How
would
can
love
people engage? How can people tell the
Yeah,
difference? It's hard.
absolutely. And when I do study club format, I spend almost an entire 2 hours talking about compensated breathing patterns that lead to accessory respiration. And it's right in your wheelhouse, everybody, because if you think about when you breathe in, well, first of all, you don't know how to do it, right? You do it because your brain tells you to. You do it when your brain tells you to. And what if your brain is asking you to overbreathe because it feels scarcity in some other way? So when we breathe in, let's just talk about sleep related breathing to start. If we're laying on our backs or our sides and we're breathing and our whole rest of our body is supposed to be at rest, if our diaphragm at that moment, our primary muscle of respiration, is supposed to be supplying 100% of our oxygen demand, if it's not capable of doing that because it's in a descended position on both sides or one side, and you saw pictures of that, your body has to come up with a way to make up the difference. So let's just say that the diaphragm can pull in 60% of what you need for sleep. That means 40% of your air has to come in with muscles that are not your diaphragm. These are all muscles that are supposed to be resting and recovering all night long. But instead, what they're doing is they're creating lift for the body through the rib cage. Middle snowball has to expand. And so muscles like your lumbar paraspinals, quadratus lumborum, they have the ability to pull your rib cage up and open up the lower chest wall. Muscles like the pectoralis minor and your scalenes and your sternocleidomastoid and your upper trapezius, these are all like lifting ribs like they're luggage, trying to pull your ribs up so you can be able to create more space in the what we call the apical or the upper portion of our rib wall. That's actually where a lot of our air needs to go better because we have suppressed chest expansion. But when we tell people to do breathing in the upper chest, they all become vertical breathers. Vertical is not the way we want to go. We want to expand horizontally between the sternum and the spine and make room for the air to come in so that it doesn't have to go down into the lower aspects. In order for a muscle of the neck to be able to be good at pulling up on a rib, you better believe it has to have some level of stability up in the jaw. So you have our suprahyoid muscles, our tongue, our teeth, everything will start to splint to try to create stability so that we can create mechanical advantage for rib lifting. And the only reason why that rib is lifting is because the diaphragm didn't supply what it needed. So we can say that these muscles are literally breathing like we're running marathons all night long in our sleep. And we're getting all sorts of grinding, bruxism, and distortions going on in the mouth because your body's not going to decide not to breathe. I promise you, it will not decide not to breathe.